500,000 square miles of ocean between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. Over 1,000 ships and planes allegedly vanished here. Compasses spin, instruments fail, entire crews disappear without a trace. At least that's what the bestsellers say. This is the Bermuda Triangle, one of the busiest shipping lanes on Earth. And according to both NOAA and the U.S. Coast Guard, it is no more dangerous than any other stretch of ocean. Myth number 1. Compasses go haywire inside the triangle. This claim dates back to the area's proximity to the agonic line, the line where magnetic north and true north align perfectly. But here's the thing, that means compasses work better here, not worse, and the agonic line has since shifted west into the Gulf of Mexico. No scientific survey has ever detected unusual magnetic anomalies in the Bermuda Triangle. Myth number 2. More ships disappear here than anywhere else. Lloyd's of London, the world's largest insurance market with centuries of actuarial data, has determined the Bermuda Triangle is no more dangerous than any other comparable area. They don't charge higher premiums for ships passing through. And a U.S. Coast Guard analysis of casualties from 1982 to 2015 confirmed that the rate of disappearances is not statistically higher than in other well-traveled regions. Myth number 3. Some unknown force, aliens, Atlantis, time warps, is responsible. In 1974, Charles Berlitz published The Bermuda Triangle, which sold nearly 20 million copies in 30 languages. He suggested a connection to the lost city of Atlantis. Just 1 year later, librarian Larry Cush published a systematic rebuttal. He found that many of Berlitz's cases had well-documented explanations that were simply left out. Some incidents occurred far outside the triangle. Others involved ships that were later found safe. A few never existed at all. So if there's no mystery, why do ships and planes go down here? The answer isn't supernatural. It's environmental, and it starts with one of the most powerful ocean currents on Earth. The Gulf Stream moves at roughly 6.5 kilometers per hour. When a ship sinks or a plane crashes, the current sweeps debris miles away before search teams arrive. And directly beneath the triangle sits the Puerto Rico Trench, the deepest point in the entire Atlantic at 8,376 meters. Wreckage that sinks here is essentially unrecoverable. The ocean doesn't make things vanish. It just makes them very, very hard to find. The majority of Atlantic hurricanes pass directly through the Bermuda Triangle. Before modern satellite tracking, these storms struck without warning. Add sudden waterspouts, microbursts that generate winds up to 100 miles per hour, and violent squalls where the warm Gulf Stream meets cooler water, and you have one of the most weather-volatile regions on the planet. None of this is unique to the Triangle, but the Triangle has more traffic than most. You may have heard that methane gas erupting from the ocean floor could sink ships by reducing water density. A 2003 lab experiment showed this was physically possible with a model ship, but geological surveys found no evidence of methane eruptions in this area for at least 15,000 years. And the major hydrate deposits off the U.S. East Coast are concentrated between New Jersey and Georgia, not in the Bermuda Triangle. On December 5, 1945, 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers left Fort Lauderdale on a routine training flight. Flight leader Lieutenant Charles Taylor became disoriented after his compasses malfunctioned. He believed the islands below were the Florida Keys and turned northeast, flying further out over the open Atlantic instead of back toward land. The Navy's 500-page investigation concluded that if Taylor's trainees had followed their own working compasses, they would have made it home. The planes ran out of fuel and ditched in rough seas. A search plane, a Martin PBM Mariner, exploded mid-air 20 minutes after takeoff. The Mariner was known as a flying gas tank for its fuel vapor problems. In total, 27 men were lost, not to a mystery, but to navigational error and mechanical failure. So why does the myth persist? The original report blamed Taylor's navigational error, but his mother appealed, arguing the Navy was unfairly blaming her son without recovering the planes. The finding was amended to causes or reasons unknown. That bureaucratic revision meant to be compassionate, became the foundation of the entire Bermuda Triangle legend. In March 1918, the USS Cyclops vanished with 306 people on board, the single largest non-combat loss of life in U.S. Navy history. No distress signal was sent. The ship was carrying over 10,000 long tons of manganese ore, 35% over its maximum capacity. Two sister ships, Proteus and Nereus, later vanished under identical conditions, carrying similar heavy loads. All three losses point to structural failure, not supernatural forces. Here's what the data actually shows. The Bermuda Triangle covers up to 1.5 million square miles and carries some of the heaviest maritime and air traffic in the world. More traffic means more incidents, more deep water and strong currents mean less wreckage recovered, and more sensational reporting means more attention. The U.S. Board on Geographic Names doesn't even recognize Bermuda Triangle as an official place name. The Bermuda Triangle wasn't discovered, it was invented. Vincent Gaddis coined the term in a 1964 magazine article. Berlitz turned it into a global phenomenon with a book full of errors. And every writer since has expanded or contracted the triangle's boundaries to fit whatever incident they wanted to include. It's not a place, it's a narrative. The real danger in these waters isn't a mystery. It's a Category 5 hurricane with no satellite warning. It's a rogue wave in the middle of the night. It's a ship overloaded with cargo and a captain who didn't check the weather. The ocean is powerful enough without inventing monsters. Noah states it plainly. There is no evidence that mysterious disappearances occur with any greater frequency in the Bermuda Triangle than in any other large, well-traveled area of the ocean. The U.S. Navy puts it more bluntly. The combined forces of nature and human fallibility outdo even the most incredulous science fiction. Is the Bermuda Triangle a deadly mystery? No. Is it a dangerous stretch of ocean? Yes. The same way any busy, storm-prone, deep-water region is. The real mystery isn't why ships disappear, it's why we keep believing they do.